one. So LeBron James recently tweeted and came to Kyrie Irving's defense. This was after the entire interview where he basically, many people's eyes, bashed Kyrie Irving. I felt it was more general, and like I even have the interview here on this channel. He was very critical of Kyrie Irving in the beginning, but then towards the back end of that interview, it was very generally speaking. But nonetheless, however you feel about it, LeBron James recently tweeted this. I told you guys that I don't believe in sharing hurtful information, and I'll continue to be that way. But Kyrie apologized, and he should be able to play. That's what I think. It's that simple. Help him learn, but he should be playing. What he's asked to do to get back on. The floor, I think, is excessive, in my opinion. He's not the person that's being portrayed of him. Anyways, back to my rehab session. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to this whole Kyrie Irving situation, I have repeatedly said, I don't think it was about the post. It was more about Kyrie Irving. This became a total witch hunt, right? In so many ways. I mean, and to me, this was never about the apology. Because Kyrie did apologize and nothing changed, right? He met with Adam Silver. It was productive. You know, they used the exact verbiage that I said that they would regardless. And it's trending in that direction of like, the Brooklyn Nets just don't want Kyrie Irving. And I feel like that 6 criteria list was their way of moving off Kyrie Irving without having to look like the bad guys, right? They say, you got to do these things. Kyrie doesn't do those things. Well, now you can say, we tried to work with him to come back and he just didn't want to work. And they can continue to paint him as the bad guy, right? That is what I believe those were. Sean Marks, even in his interview, I believe it was yesterday, said that like there's no updates on Kyrie Irving. He hasn't even spoken to Kyrie Irving. He has spoken to some people in his team, but that there's no updates or anything in regards on that end. And I just don't see Kyrie Irving doing those things. And look, LeBron James is very calculated when he does stuff like this, right? A lot of people felt LeBron James, sold out and stuff like that. I don't really blame him for that because, I mean, you got to look at LeBron as he's no more a basketball player. He's more of a business and a conglomerate than anything else, right? He's got his family. He's got his corporation. He's got his businesses. He's got his brand deals. He's got so much stuff behind him, his school, all of those things that he has to kind of preserve that stuff. He has to protect that stuff, and LeBron James has been very critical of Kyrie Irving in the past. Kyrie has been very critical of LeBron in the past. They have said and taken jabs at each other throughout the years. They weren't best friends in Cleveland or anything like that. And so many people were like, why would Kyrie want to go play with LeBron after what he said? Well, one, where else is Kyrie going to go? It's not like Kyrie is just swimming in opportunity and he just has all these places he could go, and he could do worse than LeBron James. And that the Lakers for Kyrie Irving would be huge for him because it would completely change the narrative. It would change the conversation and put him back into like the spotlight in a positive light, especially if the Lakers start winning and he comes in and then he can help them kind of turn things around. All that would just be praise for Kyrie Irving. He'd have a fan base that would love him and embrace him and be excited to have him as a Laker. And look, I'm one of the people that I don't care what he says or does outside of the game of basketball. What do you do on the basketball court? Whatever his belief systems are, whatever his thoughts are, whatever, I don't care. I don't understand why so many people care. He didn't do no call to action or anything like that. He made a post with no context. Like, whatever he believes, whatever his thoughts are, whether I agree or disagree with them, that's not what I care about. I care about what is your productivity on the basketball court. You're a basketball player. He's not a politician. He's not something where it's like if he, is saying stuff, it affects, the nation or the world. Like, no. What does he do? Go get me 30? Okay, cool. I don't care. Whatever. If you believe you're the emperor of the universe, that's fine. Cool, dude. Now go get me 30 tonight and let's go get this W. That's all I care about. And I'm sure that's all LeBron really cares about if Kyrie comes. I don't believe Kyrie Irving is going to play another game with the Brooklyn Nets. I have said I believe Kyrie Irving and LeBron James have spoken. I do. And LeBron James is very calculated when he posts stuff, especially stuff like this, because he knows that there's going to be backlash and he knows that people are going to ask him about it and he knows he's going to have to deal with that. There is no way he would do that unless he knew something. And maybe I have my tinfoil hat on and I'm jumped into the rabbit hole and I'm fully immersed. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm completely wrong and I'm misreading this entirely. But all signs seem to point to Kyrie Irving's time with the Brooklyn Nets coming to an end. And the one place he's going to go is the Los Angeles Lakers. We even heard that the Lakers are waiting for a specific player. The article said that they're not going to trade for Kyrie Irving and they're not going to trade for the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. They're waiting for a specific player to become available. I believe that specific player is Kyrie Irving, and the reason they're not going to trade for Kyrie Irving is because Kyrie Irving's going to get bought out. I think Kyrie Irving knows what the deal is. I think Kyrie Irving, after his suspension, because he's got to finish his 5-game suspension. He's got to finish his suspension. He already met with Adam Silvers. I've said what's going to happen is he's going to ride his suspension. He's not going to do any of the 6 criterias. He's going to meet with Adam Silvers. You're going to get a productive conversation, which is exactly the verbiage that they used. And then I was like, what's going to happen is after he serves his suspension, because the Nets are not going to buy him out before they play the Lakers, because they know he's going to the Lakers. So then they don't want that first, a day after they buy him out, now they got to play the Lakers and Kyrie's on the Lakers. That's not what they want. So they're going to wait till the suspension's over. After the suspension's over, then Kyrie and the Nets are going to have a conversation, yada, yada, yada. And then Kyrie's going to go. He's going to tell them, I want you to buy me out. They're going to buy him out. They're going to save, $10 million or whatever. And then they're going to end up moving on. I think Kyrie's going to end up having to do a press conference before the Lakers sign him. Because if you're the Lakers, you do not want him doing that press conference with the banner saying the Lakers, right? Because if he says anything or if anything goes sideways or anything goes wrong, now the Lakers are the ones that have to answer for it. So I think he's going to end up having to do a press conference because he's going to have to do a press conference regardless. So he's going to do a press conference addressing the buyout. He's going to do a press conference addressing the information. I mean, Kyrie Irving's even said, I'm not afraid of the cameras. I'm not afraid of the microphone. I'm a beacon of light, all that stuff. Okay, so he's going to do that interview. He's going to get through that. Soon as he gets through that, I think the Lakers pick him up. I mean, unless it completely explodes and it's just a disaster, which I don't think it will. I think Kyrie's calm enough, he's cool enough, he understands how this works. He's going to go in there, he's going to, give the PC answers. He's probably going to have his publicist writing stuff out for him and just kind of going over it. He's going to say what he has to say. He's going to get through that. Lakers are going to sign him, and then him and LeBron are going to team up, and all will be right in the world. And this will be in the rear view mirror because the new headline will be Kyrie to Lakers. So no one's going to care about this anymore. And that might be the best thing for Kyrie Irving. And it would be great for the Lakers, right? Because it's going to help him and turn him around. I don't see the Brooklyn Nets bringing him in because he's not going to do those 6 things. So if you're Brooklyn, you're just going to say, okay, well, you know what? He apologized for it. I don't see them doing that now. All the reports say Joe Tsai is completely done with Kyrie Irving. He wants nothing to do with Kyrie Irving. The only reason he has to deal with Kyrie Irving is because he's currently under contract. I don't see Kyrie and the Brooklyn Nets solving their issue. The Brooklyn Nets just keep winning without Kyrie Irving, right? They're playing like top 4 defense since Vaughn took over as head coach. They're winning games. They're looking good. They're trying to get back to 500, trying to get back into the playoff spot. I just think the Brooklyn Nets probably are looking at this and going, we don't need Kyrie. Let's just get rid of the problems, get rid of the headache. Because why would you want to bring Kyrie back with all the turmoil, everything going on? He doesn't want to be there. The organization doesn't want him. You have a new coach. You establish your new head coach. They're winning games and playing great. And now you want to interject Kyrie Irving into this? And then if something else happens, if that happens, the Brooklyn Nets deserve everything that comes to them. Because something else is going to happen. I mean, I called this in the offseason. They had their opportunity to get out. And they didn't. And they thought they could make it work. And it didn't work. And now it's starting to work. So why would you then interject the what they deem as the one issue, right? They believe Kyrie Irving is the issue. Kyrie Irving is the problem. Well, if you do, then why would you bring him back? Let him go be the Lakers' problem. I will gladly take Kyrie as the Lakers' problem, quote unquote. Look, again, all I care about is he comes in, he plays the game of basketball, he helps us get some wins, which I do believe he would. If we could get him on the buyout, the Lakers can turn this season around because not only are you going to be able to get Kyrie Irving, you still have Russell Westbrook, your 2 first-round picks, Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn. All are tradable assets because Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn are expiring deals, so teams will take them. Not just that, Russell Westbrook, you could go get Kyrie Irving and then go flip Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn into another 3 to 5 players. Completely roster rehaul and off to the races. And now you've solved all your issues and the Lakers can once again be contenders. I really think that that's probably what's going to happen. Because what else is Rob Pelinka waiting on, right? Supposedly he is waiting on a specific player. Who is that? Who else would the specific player be? Like Bradley Beal, like there's no guarantee he's leaving. The Wizards aren't doing terrible, aren't looking terrible. Damian Lillard ain't leaving. Kevin Durant, like maybe they're waiting for Kevin Durant, but I think that if the Brooklyn Nets are going to trade Kevin Durant, they would trade him for a younger package, not Anthony Davis, right? Like, wouldn't you rather have like the Suns package with like a bunch of draft picks, or like, the Celtics package with like a bunch of draft picks? Because wherever you trade Kevin Durant, that team's going to be good, right? If you trade Kevin Durant to the Lakers, like, yeah, you might get the 27, 29th pick, but that's fine. Who knows where the Lakers are at that point? Like, wouldn't you rather get pieces now? I mean, I don't see who else the Lakers would be waiting on other than Kyrie Irving. And if you get Kyrie Irving, the type of trade you make are going to be different, right? Because you're going to need to save money to sign Kyrie Irving for next season. So you're probably not going to do a Buddy Hield and Miles Turner trade because you won't be able to sign Kyrie Irving after this season. But if you get Kyrie Irving, now the Spurs trade looks a lot more appealing because, one, those guys fit better around Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. But on top of that, they're all expiring deals. So you could re-sign those guys and re-sign Kyrie Irving, right? And then if you wanted to, you could go, if you get Jakob Poeltl, then perfect. If you don't, well, then you can just go take Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, and that other first, go get Miles Turner. And now your team is, Miles Turner, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Josh Richardson, Kyrie Irving as your starting five. You still have Walker and Brown and Doug McDermott and Dennis Schroeder. I mean, this team would be 12, 13 guys. This would be the best roster in the NBA. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. Like, it's not unachievable. It's not something that sounds so far-fetched. And the Lakers would be more inclined to give up both first in that case, because now you have Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis for the next, at least 2-3 years, maybe even longer, and you're off to the races to be a contender again. Again, LeBron James doesn't do this stuff. And LeBron James isn't the only player to come out and say, like, even Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown came out and said, hey, this criteria concerns me and a lot of other NBA players because it's so much more and just so unnecessary. It's mind-boggling. And I believe that they did that because they don't believe Kyrie Irving will do it, and that's their way out. That's their excuse to not look like the bad guys and make Kyrie look like the bad guy. And because, we gave Kyrie a chance and he didn't want to do any of it, so we had to buy him out, blah, blah, blah. Okay, sure, just give the Lakers Kyrie Irving. Say what you got to say, give Kyrie, and don't worry, we'll use him right. We'll take care of him. Don't worry, he could be our problem. I'm more than happy to take Kyrie Irving because we get Kyrie Irving, now we can go do other trades, and our entire season will turn around. And hopefully it happens relatively soon. I still think we're at least a week, maybe 2 weeks away, which is concerning, but we do have an easier schedule coming up. So I'm hoping that maybe we could rattle off, 3, 4, or 5 wins, kind of get to like that, 7, maybe if we could get to like the 7 to 8 win range, then once Kyrie gets bought out, then we should be good and we can get off to the races and go on a win streak, which I do think we'd go on a win streak. Because one, I think Kyrie's going to play out of his mind because he's going to want to prove like it was Brooklyn, not me. So anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think? Let me know, good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. Let me know down in the comment section below.